Hello everyone, welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. After the disaster that was this attempted multiplayer stream, I'm just going to do a single player stream. So cast your votes kind of for what nation you want to see me play, and I'll play a nation for a couple hours. If people really want it, I can continue another stream I've been doing to try and get the Ideas Guy achievement, but I'm perfectly happy playing pretty much any other country. Preferably not one I'm going to die in like 5 minutes 200 times like the Byzantines. So I'll give it a couple minutes for people to have their opinions, and then I'll get started. Kind of tending towards a non-European one, honestly, though. So. Sorry for anyone who showed up for the live stream, the multiplayer live stream. Just wasn't working. So, anyone have opinion on what nations I should play? Because I'm more than willing to try some exotic ones. But we'll see. I mean, I could try and work on some of my other achievements I have to do, but I'd much rather just play a country and try and conquer things in the meantime. Not going to do anything in India, saving that for the Dharma expansion when that DLC comes out, which I'd say it's about a month or two away, even though they don't actually have a release date yet. No. I've never actually looked at some of these countries through here. Huh, I didn't realize Armenia had unique ideas, but not specific for each one. So a lot of these are just general ones. Interesting. Kind of interesting that the Shia through here, all like 3 or 4 of them, all have like negative piety per month ones, which are really fascinating to see. Any preference for countries, people, though? Like Poland in a long time. About how good their ideas are combat-wise. They've pretty much got everything you would want for combat. Infantry combat, cavalry combat, discipline, and pretty good morale. Sadly, Delhi doesn't have any unique ideas right now. Does anyone want to mess around with in Japan? There are the Oda, which are always fun. They've got some really strong ideas. Shock, siege, and fire, all of which are very useful. The Tokugawa are pretty good. Reduce aggressive expansion is always unique. I'm very disappointed though that the Ashikaga have very, very terrible ideas. They don't really have anything to really strengthen their military at all other than vassal force limit contributions, which really doesn't seem to help that much in Japan. Well, the one person who shows up wants me to try playing as Bavaria. I mean, I could play as Bavaria. They're a pretty fun nation to mess around with. The only issue is the expansion. You've got free cities everywhere around you. Anyone else have any other preferences? I'm more than willing to have a couple options to pick from. Bavaria. I guess I could do Bavaria if no one has any other interests. I guess Bavaria it is then, since no one seems to have any other opinions. Let's see, what do we got? Cavalry combat, chance of new heirs, nice. Legitimacy, production, prestige, couple influence. Strength versus heretics are strong. Tax, discipline, stability with development cost. Oh, we actually have other people jumping in to say Lithuania. I think that's supposed to be hussars, but it came out hussards. Lithuania, Japan or Bavaria, and of course the continued insistence that I play Ulm. What is so great about Ulm that everybody says play Ulm with? They're just a normal, boring free city. Be about the same as playing Frankfurt, honestly. Everybody is always pushing for that. Can anyone explain what the Ulm thing is? If I was gonna play Ulm, why would I want to play Ulm? I don't think there's anything unique about them. Okay, well, since the big preferences seem to be towards Bavaria, I'll do Bavaria. Obviously, I'll do Ironman. Bavaria. Am I going to become Emperor of the HRE, or am I just expanding within the HRE? Does anyone have any preference on what I end up doing as a country? I'm not doing Mongolia. Not doing Mongolia. Okay. Nothing unique about that. Normal boring government. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what we got. We're 58 development. Yeah, this is single player. This is single player. The multiplayer session died a sudden and painful death, mainly because we were just having so many issues left and right. People desyncing, game crashing, AIs controlling nations that should have been owned by players. Some people are saying that we might have been hacked. So I decided I'd just go to a single player stream. Really no difference to me. So, let's see. Ooh, rivalry with Bohemia. That could be dangerous. Augsburg and sadly the Palatinate hates me. Question is, does Austria like me? Austria sort of likes. Problem is I have a feeling they're going to ally people I want to go to war with. Okay. Might as well try and kill Augsburg as soon as I can. Troops are being built. Disinherited my ruler. Alliance from Ulm. Yes. I guess I'll be allied to Ulm since they're a free city. They're not going to die anytime soon. Yeah, Paradox is pretty bad multiplayer hookups, unfortunately. I guess I'm a bit spoiled because I've played a fair amount of Borderlands 2, and Borderlands 2 has really solid multiplayer hut joining systems. Too bad there aren't more games that do that. be so popular, you know? Everybody would be really happy to see that. Oh, everybody wants to be allies. I guess I'll build myself a little alliance network here among free cities since I can't conquer them anyway. Child of the Reeds. Ooh, yes. 553. I will take you, even though you're totally not related to my ruler. Adopted children? That's fine. Let you live here. Trade league with Ragusa and Ansbach, both of whom I do want to kill at some point. Let's see, I don't believe I have any unique. I do have unique. Oh. I didn't know that Bavaria had unique missions. That's awesome. Oh. Wow. That's nice. Quite a few missions to conquer the HRE. Or conquer land within the HRE. Let's hope I don't die due to a sudden declaration of war from somebody like Bohemia. That would be bad. I'm always amazed how bad the starting rulers are in the HRE. All the other countries in the world seem to have really good ones. You go outside of Europe, or more specifically outside the HRE, and all of a sudden your rulers become really good. Oh, I'm gonna go into debt here, aren't I? Great. Let's fire advisor. Not helping much anyway. Ragusa and Ansbach. Both of whom should be relatively easy to wipe out. Yeah, thriving foreign community, we're fine with that. We're running very slow today. I guess it must be the stream is slowing down the game. It runs much faster when I do it single player. Oh, we actually lost connection to the internet briefly. Huh. Interesting. Hopefully you guys didn't experience that. There was a brief interlude on my end there. It kind of skipped forward. Let's go for Augsburg, I guess. Going to be a war with Ansbach as well. Or I could attack them and get a fight in with Nuremberg. Ooh. Might be another good plan. Gotta be a little bit careful who I actually conquer too quickly. These guys would be a nice target. Obviously Nuremberg is a big prize if I can get a hold of it without getting killed. I mean, again, another free city who I want to kill at some point. Gotta finish off all these free cities since there's no way I'm going to be elected ruler of the HRE with how small I am. We'll agree to pass 2 reforms. The first 2 reforms, of course, being the better of the reforms. So other than cavalry, new air, that's pretty much the only advantages I've got as Bavaria. No combat, so I'm definitely going to have to take combat ideas. Just to keep up. No morale either, which sucks. That's going good there. It would allow me to attack Memming, but I don't have a claim on Memming. I've got quite a few little conquests I can do here. Oh, Ansbach has fallen under the control of Brandenburg, which should mean, yes, Augsburg is alone with literally just Ragusa. Perfect. I can deal with you two easily. And that will be the main fight done up here, I believe. Yep. Then I'm going to have to somehow find my way down there to siege down Ragusa. How exciting. What does Brandenburg think of me? I'm curious. They don't really like me that much. No one really likes me that much, do they? Sad. Oh well. I've got a very good position to expand from. At some point I'm going to want to steal land from Austria, though. In a little bit of... Hopefully I could take Tyrol, but it's going to have to either wait till I get a lot larger or Austria loses the emperorship. Both of which are going to take quite some time. Really, I'm going to have to be kind of passive until I get a new ruler on the throne with better stuff. Palatinate, yeah, allied to everybody, including Bohemia, who still hates me. Need a better ally. The worst alliance network I've seen to start with. This is, of course, the issue in the HRE. Either you're so large that you've got a chance at becoming emperor, and you have to ally yourself to the electors, or you're too small, and no one wants to be your ally. I think Bavaria is just on the side of the two small nations, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Let's get all our contributions and stuff going. Wow. The nobility control quite a bit of land here, don't they? Hopefully that will go down once I expand some more. Does anyone have any questions while I'm sitting here doing this? Because this war is gonna drag on for a while. Oops. I actually wanted that Diplo power. There we go. Don't have military access to there, don't have military access to any of those. I mean, I suppose I could vassalize them, couldn't I? That might be a smarter move. Should play Ulm. No, I'm not playing Ulm. Everybody keeps asking that. If someone could explain to me why I'd want to play Ulm, I might consider doing it, but otherwise, not so much. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to wait for that peace deal to tick up to actually be able to either take the land or even vassalize them. It's the same cost either way. Oh, I should take their land, shouldn't I? Part of the farmland in the area, so 20 development would be a nice start. An Ulm campaign? The argument behind Ulm is literally then just, it's so hard to do. I don't get why Ulm is so overpowered. I get that they have the basic German ideas, but other than that, they seem pretty boring. Let's get that claim on Memming. Or Memmingen, however you say it. Okay, that's dealt with. These guys are still in the union with them. Oh, I already had allied to these guys, duh. Oh, I don't want to be picking a fight with people I'm allied to. Just objectively saying. The satisfaction of conquering the world is Ulm. Yeah, well, I'd like to conquer the world in Europa, I just don't have the skill yet. I mean, I could show you guys what my best attempt is right now. It's the Ottomans, but I'm nowhere near conquering the world. I think I've fallen behind. I think I'm at like 2,600 development and it's like 1540 or something, so not going so well on that campaign. No, I don't want to mess with that. We'll just stay here, we'll just essentially go up there. Pick up, develop some land at some point, and not get into any trouble, hopefully. I just forget how boring the start is when you've got no conquest going on. Ulm will give me the skills. Yeah, right. I don't really know what I'm lacking in skill for these conquests, but I seem to be missing something. I can win the wars, I can expand, I can do better than the average person, but a world conquest is still out of my reach, sadly. If I take that, I get a claim on all these other areas. Get a lot of claims for Bavaria, surprisingly. Well, kind of boring. I'm also amazed how slow it's running, but I guess that's just the way it goes. Yeah, let's keep Catholicism intact as long as possible. See how I can do on that front. Luxury goods in demand. Haven't seen that one in a while. And awesome. Ottomans have Crimea. Exciting. Luckily the Ottomans are pretty incompetent with it, usually. Plus Crimea is not what you'd call the most stable march for quite some time. Hi Kelsey. Nice to see you again. Been a little while. Let's see. I already have a claim on you. Bye. These guys still don't want to surrender. Okay, at this point I might as well just march down and take Ragusa. Or at least threaten to take it. Otherwise I'm going to be in this war for another age. There we go. On to Ragusa. We'll just siege it down. I don't probably be able to demand money from it, and that's about it. I mean, I suppose I could wait until the war exhaustion forced Augsburg to make peace, but it's going to take a while. Salzburg is literally allied to my ally. Great. And Austria particularly still doesn't want to be friends. And they snuck past me to sneakily start sieging the war goal again. Not enough. 13 I need. I might actually have to go back and stop them from taking that fort. Yep. A little bit sneaky of them. Smart of them too, as in they don't want to actually want to fight my army, but annoying nonetheless. Who is Ragusa anyway? This is single player. There's no multiplayer session going on right now. We tried multiplayer early on. It just wasn't working. Technical glitches. People were not having control of their nations. So I figured, oh well, we'll just stop that and I'll do single player. Not worth the hassle of if somebody's hacking it to deal with it. Although it is going to be worth the hassle trying to catch Ragusa's army. My cavalry bonus should be helping a little bit in these initial wars. Oh, okay. They'll become a vassal, or I can just annex them. I think I'll just annex them. Well, actually, no, I can't annex them, really, because that would be risking Austria interfering. I'll just vassalize them. Unfortunately, that's the case of what I'm going to have to do. I don't really want to deal with any of that. I feel I can either deal with Austria somehow. I'm not going to take too much land. Oh, where is Ragusa? Oh, Ragusa is located here between Bosnia, Serbia, Venice. Right there. Tiny little Ragusa. Dubrovnik, I guess, is the province that the Ragusans control. Still actually haven't done an achievement at the Ragusan achievement, which is with a little help from which essentially lead a, lead a trade league or trade federation of 5 nations and guarantee the Ottomans independence. That would be excitingly fun to try someday. Hi, Jojo. Can we have a new joke? I suppose you could have a joke, Max. We'll see what I can find for jokes. Well, here's a joke. A man went to see his doctor, suffering from exhaustion. Yes, I see your problem, said the doctor. You're completely worn out. I think you've been playing too much golf. Too much golf? What should I do? You need to take some time off and relax. Try spending some more time at the office. Just what every person wants to hear. Usually they go to get away from the office. The Renaissance has arrived. Great. There we go. Let's make Munich here. 20 development, so that should start getting us the Renaissance a little bit faster. Dubrovnik. Ah, that's how you say it then. Cool. Thanks. Augsburg is going to hate me forever. Or try to. Hey, they're at least making money, though. It's probably because they're a bishopric. Or theocracy, I guess you could say, but they're only a bishopric rank anyway. How to get Austria to like me, though? Probably I just need more troops. Perm is semi-safe to play as. I mean, you start out as a vassal of Muscovy, so you have to be able to fight the nation that's going to form Russia. Since I don't think it's that... You're safe for a while, yes, but in terms of survival, probably not. Probably not. Oh. Salzburg rivaled me. I guess that's convenient. Augsburg's rebuilding. My army's getting larger. How much did I fend people around me? 19. Okay, not perfect, but not too bad. Austria still doesn't like me that much. Got the build the force limit mission done though, if I want to take that. Obviously, I'm going to save that till I go to a war. 5% bonus morale is just wonderful. Do I have to pay off any debts you might have, Augsburg? Oh, you don't actually have any debts. You just still don't like me. Well, that's not good. The Palatinate is threatening my lands. This fight going over. Bohemia is attacking Saxony. Looks like Bohemia is going to win that. They tend to win the fights early on. Surprised Saxony doesn't have a stronger alliance network. Literally just Brandenburg. Oh, they're doomed. RIP Saxony. Surprisingly a very poor nation in this game for a very long time. That's my biggest issue with Plague of the Northern HRE is how poor it is. I guess historically at this point it makes sense, but a little bit frustrating to play as them because you've got to wait. You either got to conquer a lot of land or you've got to develop it. And unfortunately, it's all woods. And outside of, I think, Saxony, no one else has development ideas. We'd have to take it. Could form the German nation now if I conquered enough lands. Why not? Salzburg's no longer a valid rival. Okay. I guess I'll rival Nuremberg. One of these days you need to play an HRE game. Do you mean play in the HRE or do you mean play and form the HRE? Because those are two very different games. Playing in the HRE is honestly rather annoying. Really the only good way to put it. I mean, you can do it, but it takes time and effort. Okay, let's pick this fight. Do the build the force limit. Hopefully I can take out Salzburg quickly here. On, give me Salzburg. Stack wipe? Stack wipe. Yay. Another stack wipe maybe? Probably not. What's the strongest nation in the Italian names? With Brandenburg, yeah, you can just storm the Empire. If you're gonna play, Milan is pretty easy, but I think in some ways I like Florence better. If I had to pick a nation to mess around in Italy with. Florence is really strong to play as. And got it. Okay, that war is pretty much over. Just have to siege it down. Naples is a fun Italy game, but you got to break out. And if you want to play Austria, you have to really learn how to play the diplomatic unions and vassal game. They're actually a really good one to learn it on. But again, a lot of luck-based, random numbers. Random roll of the dice. The Pope is now working for the French. Interesting. I think Burgundy is invading the HRE. Was this their standard attack on Liege? Yep, it was. Interesting. I think they're probably going to lose that because Hungary is involved. Being landlocked as Milan is not the worst problem because early on you can't really make too much of naval stuff anyway. It's too expensive. I mean, yes, you can get a little bit of an additional trade power, but every other nation in the game is also going to have a fleet of galleys and try and wipe out your trade fleet every war you fight. I usually just, if I play in Italy, I tend to neglect my fleet until I've conquered, you know, half of northern Italy. Easiest way. I was doing a game multiplayer, but we had problems, so I switched to a single player one. So this is what you got, me playing as Bavaria for a while. I don't know if Poland is as easy of a game. I mean, yes, you get a really strong union over Lithuania, but they tend to have rebel issues pretty early on. Plus the oh, how do you say that again? Oh, it's like the Sejm. I forget how you say it. Someone told me, I can't remember. They really restrict what your monarch can do, which causes issues if you're not good at the game. Naples or Florence? I would go with Florence or Milan. I wouldn't pick Naples because you have to win an independence war against Aragon. Florence, if you go Florence, take innovative ideas probably is your first idea. It stacks so well with Florence's first idea. By the time you get to the third innovative idea, you can have negative 15 tech cost, I think, or maybe it's negative 20. I can't remember what Florence's starting idea is. It's percent of technology. I just don't remember if it also deals with ideas. Regardless, it's a very strong one. I will take the Diplo power. Now, what can I do? Okay, that would cause a coalition. So I can either just take their land, but I can't vassalize them because they're a free city. You think if I should be able to vassalize them and force them to turn into a same? Thank you, Slav Emperor. Thank you. Same. Where is Florence? Florence is the red nation, Italy, right above the Pope. Tuscany region. You can actually, I think all you need is tech level, and you automatically can form. I think you need to take either Lucca or Siena, and then you can form Tuscany, which doesn't change anything as Florence. They're really fun. I think in terms of nations to play that you're not a great power and you're not going to go crazy conquering, Florence might be my favorite. Because you can build relative. I mean, you can literally just create Italy and you can be strong enough to take on like France in terms of development too. It's amazing. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do. Okay. If I take that, there's a chance of a coalition. If I were to just take Salzburg, again, 30% chance of 20. Oh, what am I looking at for offending people? Still 18. Not the best. Poland, Lithuania versus Austria, Hungary. I would pick Austria-Hungary over Poland-Lithuania, but we'll see. Yeah, Poland is not an amateur. Beginner, yes. Yeah, we'd love to have you join our multiplayer stuff. If you check out my Discord, let's see if I actually have the link. There's usually a bunch of people on there who are willing to play or running multiplayer games. So that might help you. Fun that you actually have people you play multiplayer games with. Let's see, if I were to do all that, I'd offend everybody in the HRA. Fair enough. If I were to do that, I'd offend everyone in the HRE. So, let's see, if I were to just do that, I'd offend everyone. I'd only offend those people. Chance to kill a free city or a chance to not kill a free city? Salzburg is never really a big country in the long run, are they? What's Austria up to? Austria's still involved in the war. Yeah, EU4 is fun to play with people. Of course, actually getting a multiplayer session actually functioning properly is difficult, as evidenced by today's problems. You know what? I think I'll just take Salzburg. I'll let Memming pay me tons of war reparations and steer trade. It's for trade power, yeah, as much as I can get. I'll take Salzburg instead. It's a good start in my expansion. Could be better, yes, but considering I've vassalized one country, conquered another, and I'm still alive, although I'm about to really offend Austria. Darn. Well, if I die with this, I'll switch over to like a Stellaris single-player game or something. Hopefully I don't die, though. That would be not only embarrassing, but kind of sad. Although it has become a lot harder to play as Bavaria as the more expansions DLCs have come out, because they've strengthened Bohemia and, of course, the Free Cities a bit. Thank you. I mean, it's a stream, considering we had a disaster with the other one. I'm glad people have stuck around to watch this one. I mean, not much is happening that fast, so. It's a lot slower than when I do recordings for single player, because the streaming, not only the streaming, but the viewing the chat also is slowing down my computer a little bit. Okay, we are up to 88 development from 53. I'd say that's a pretty good start. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have a coalition against me, which is also a relief. Wait a second. Saxony survived? Saxony survived being attacked by Bohemia. Amazing. I need to cancel these military access. I'm an idiot. I haven't been doing that. Cancel military access. Cancel military access. There we go. Yep. Ally myself to Saxony, maybe? I could ally myself to Saxony and Brandenburg. I might actually do that. That's a much more stable alliance network now. Naples got a union PU over France. Wow. Yeah, there's not too many Europa streams. Not as entertaining as the other ones. PU is a personal union. It means when you have the ruler on both thrones. Let's see, where's a good... Denmark. Denmark's the best example to show you. So Denmark's ruler is Christopher III von Wittelsbach, but if you look at Sweden, it's also the king, Christopher III, same as Norway. It means that the monarch is the same, but the countries haven't legally been merged into one country. Sort of what a good example would be actually modern-day Great Britain. It's a union, of course. It's the United Kingdom of Great Britain, North Ireland, and Scotland, or England, North Ireland, Scotland. I always forget which it is because it neglects Wales, where she's monarch of all three thrones. Of course, in reality, Great Britain is ruled from London by Parliament, but if you want to get terribly historical, you could actually make the argument that Scotland conquered England rather than England absorbing Scotland. Because, what was it, James was he like James the Fourth of Scotland became James the First of England. That kind of unified Scotland and England after all their many and very vicious and bloody wars over, in the scheme of things, very little amount of land relative to the rest of Europe. So yes, that's what a personal union is. Interesting that you're watching a stream for a game you don't own, though, but glad to have you. I really have to start playing some games that are other than Europa, but everybody only watches Europa, so. Average, we're not doing multiplayer. Yeah. And then the Germans later, yeah. They keep borrowing other lines. Yeah, but then again, all the noble families of Europe were all related. I think it is Christopher Wittelbach here, is it him? I can't remember. I think it might be Christopher III, whose all his grandchildren were heads of state in Europe or married to them. And he had like 9 grandchildren or something, or 9 children or something. Like Maria Theresa of Austria, they married into every single family. Savoy-based Prussia. Yeah, you can do some stuff like that. I was playing a Ottoman game and I vassalized Prussia, which is funny. I could technically try and, culture shift my way up into Prussia if I wanted to. Unfortunately, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Paradox is actually patching culture shifting. So you shouldn't be able to just keep shifting around countries. So like the old strategy of the Mingles, where you take, I think it's the Ming and you form the Mughals, or is it the Mughals and you form the Ming? I think it's the Ming and you form the Mughals no longer will exist as a legitimate play strategy anymore. But that's pretty, honestly, very bizarre advanced play. I don't even do that. I could, but I don't. Yeah, auto pressure flurry worry approves. Yeah, that's the level of Europa player I'm striving to be. I've got a long way to go though. How old am I? Well, how old do people think I am? Kind of curious. Do I sound immensely mature, or do I sound like a little teenage kid? No. Oh. How old do you think I am? Probably not what you think. And that is very fascinating, this Scottish, that I did hear about that. I was watching it was a BBC documentary on the British Isles where they talked about the Scottish actually helping the English. I'm not 70. Mid-20s is about right, yeah. Perm Russia? That would be fun. Trying to crack down on making world conquest impossible? Probably. I mean, as it is, you have to have a, perfect game to nail a world conquest. So I'm not terribly opposed to them patching some of it. At the same time, how am I ever going to get those achievements? Mid-teens. Yeah. Thanks, Max. No, I am not actually a teenager anymore. Just recently passed out of being a teenager. No. No, I've graduated college, so that should give you guys a bit more of a ballpark estimate age-wise. I am in grad school though, so that also might mess you up, considering most grad students are in their 40s. Which is why I can actually afford to do videos and live streams. Otherwise, I'd be working full time. Yeah, that's part of the issue is if you're when you reform like the Roman Empire, trying to go for a world conquest. Yeah, it seems kind of amazing you can conquer the world, and yet when you play a normal game, sometimes you'll struggle just to conquer France. I remember my England Let's Play, it took me forever to kill France. Like, I think I kicked France out of Europe finally in like 18 something. Yeah, around that Slav Emperor. Perm into Russia would be fascinating. Perm into Russia would be fun. Let's see, is Austria still coming for my head? Doesn't appear to be the case. Good. Austria is willing to not kill me over taking Salzburg. Exactly what I want to hear. I really want to take that province so I can start my mission chain, but it's not going to happen. Problem is, of course, I'm boxed out here with both Ulm, Memming, and Ravensburg being free cities. My only choices of expansion are either A, I break my alliance with Brandenburg, B, I attack the Palatinate and Bohemia since they're allied, or C, I go after Austria, which isn't going to work. Maybe I should see about trying to royal marriage my way into a throne. Why is Montferrat showing up as in a legitimate country to royal marriage? Didn't they just get wiped out? Yeah, there we go. They just got annexed by Savoy. I don't even think I can royal marriage Muscovy. Yeah, if you can kill the Ottos, it's amazing. Unifying Russia is tough. It is legitimately tough. Especially if you then take Japan and try and invade China. France was their Mare Nostrum. My Mare Nostrum run was Austria. Austria, and then I did it again as Aragon. The trick to fighting the Ottomans is really using your fleet to blockade their straits and taking Edirne so that you trap their army in Anatolia or you trap them in Greece. The key point is you either have to take Biga here or you have to take Edirne. Biga is the easiest one because you can just land your troops there. And so long as the Aragonese have not conquered Constantinople, the Ottomans have not conquered Constantinople, they'll have no crossing to get back into Anatolia. Your fleet is stronger than them, especially if you get Naples to help you. And then you just take land here, or you force them to give land back. You take a couple provinces, give land back to the Byzantines, and that really cripples the Ottos. Florentian Italy? Yeah, that's what I did. That was the country I turned into Florence. You can CB the Byzantines, but I find it better to leave them alive until you beat the Ottomans in the First War. Safest country to play as? Portugal, probably. Probably Portugal, I'd say. I'm trying to think of any other ones that are relatively safe. I mean, it depends on how much war you like. Because if you're just playing in terms of what's the strongest nation you can play as easily, the Ottomans. But Portugal doesn't tend to have many threats. So long as you stay allied to Spain, Castile, Aragon, Spain, and you let them deal with Morocco and stuff, no one's gonna really bother you. Portugal, I have a very fond spot for Portugal because not only is Portugal fun because you don't have to fight everybody all the time, but if I remember, my first Let's Play was Portugal, or at least my first timeline was Portugal. It's still one of my higher view videos, which is kind of hilarious. Portugal's fun. Do I want to try and independently develop the Renaissance in my lands? I could use the development. I guess I could afford to spend monarch points here still. I can't really afford to fall. Oh, excuse me. I can't really afford to fall behind in monarch points either, though. So I guess I'll take the tech, take the 7 penalty, and move on from that. You have to produce galleys some too, but the Aragonese fleet with a good admiral, with Naples can win. I've won before with that. It helps if you can ambush part of the Ottoman army if they're split. It takes a lot of tries. It's like trying to survive as the Byzantines. It's just a pain. There's no way around it. Trying to survive as the Byzantines, it's very doable, given 50 or so restarts, but yeah. At some point I might just go and restart and restart and restart and restart as the Byzantines until I actually beat the Ottomans, and then just save that save. And whenever anyone asks me to play as the Byzantines, just load up that save or a version of it. Play as the Byzantines then. Such an unfair start. Portuguese Morocco is relatively easy. The key point is you've got to you either have to wait until you get some of your the Catholic decisions you can do, like active uniformity and stuff, or you got to take religious ideas to convert Morocco. But considering it's easier killing Morocco early on than later, you almost have to take religious ideas your first idea, which of course will delay your colonizing, but you'll have a bigger tax base. As it is, Portugal can pretty much delay till their second idea group before they explore and still beat everyone else. They have such a head start in colonialization, or colonization, sorry. Colonialization's the pollen, but whatever. If you want a fun, try doing the Henry the Navigator achievement as Portugal. That one took me about 7 or 8 tries to figure out what I was doing. Pretty sure I've got the definitive guide on that right now, but who knows? It's doable. Oh yeah, as Aragon. Yeah, you can't do it as the Byzantines. The Byzantines. The only way to survive as the Byzantines is ally Poland that's got Lithuania as a union, or if you're really lucky, you get Hungary and Poland as an ally. Oh, look at this. Poland got smashed. Galicia Volhynia is out. They still have a union over Lithuania and over Anhalt. What is going on? But both Lithuania and Anhalt want independence. Oh, poor them. Baden might be unionable. Where is Baden? Or Baden, technically. Let's try that. He's 40 years old. If he dies... I thought I sent the royal marriage. If he dies... someone in my dynasty would take over. It doesn't help much. In some sense, I'm lucky because the dynasty of the Wittelsbaches also exists in the Palatinate, but cause problems. They also exist on the throne of Denmark as well. Really, the Byzantines are easier? Build over your first limit, call Hungary when the Venice War is just starting. I guess that works. Hi, Fire Knight. Yeah, the rebels are awful. The AI, I have actually seen one game where an AI Byzantine survived. I think I actually posted a video on it. Or something. It was like what was it? 1456, I want to say, and the Ottomans pretty much were dead. The Mamluks invaded, the Byzantines survived, Venice won a war against the Ottomans, Hungary and Wallachia expanded. It was ridiculous. And I had nothing to do with it. I was busy trying to do the one where you get 50 innovation as Florence. So I just literally sat in Florence teching up. That was it. Strangest thing. Yeah, I mean, the big thing for Portugal is to colonize like Brazil and stuff. Pretty much as Portugal, you try and take Tangiers and then you colonize. Tangiers, of course, because it's a center of trade in the Sevilla trade node. Which, by the way, once you get the game, have fun trying to understand the trading system. I still don't entirely understand how it functions, and they're changing it next DLC slightly. Not in Europe, though, so. Onspot still in that union. Palatinate is in a war. Not attackable, though. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Might be able to pull out a war here against Bohemia if I can get Saxony and Brandenburg to help me. Yeah, the Byzantines have great ideas and missions for getting claims and stabilizing the country. The only complaint I have as the Byzantines is that they don't actually have... Oh, they're already dead. They don't really have that good military ideas, which kind of surprises me. The only really thing they have is that's super strong on them is the tolerance of the true faith. Other than that, they're relatively... their idea group is not that strong. But then again, they do have Orthodox religion, so that kind of counterbalances it all. The Orthodox religion, of course, is the strongest one right now. I don't know who would be second. Probably Protestantism? Shia is really strong. The Muslims are fairly good right now. Okay. Salzburg. Also, just to let people know, there is another thunderstorm going on where I am. So if I do lose you guys and I just don't come back, that would be why. I don't think I'm going to lose power, but you never know. Fair warning. Just, I'd hate to leave and have you guys think something awful had happened to me. Royal marriages are killing me. Verde has a 52-year-old though. Sadly, I think part of the reason I'm not going to get a union is I don't have prestige. The Azores, I believe, is Portugal already starts with the Azores. Yeah, the Byzantines have insane stability and missionary strength, but the military ideas of them are terrible. Absolutely awful. The 5% discipline, yeah, okay, that's nice. But not since they nerfed mercenaries, it's a lot harder to play with them. The national manpower and goods produced they get, the goods produced is nice, but the tax, the stability, the trade power, and the prestige are just the prestige should change. The prestige honestly should change. I think I can actually already see the Azores. Let me see. Gotta click back in the game. Yeah, Portugal starts with the Azores and Madeira, and Spain starts with the Canaries. No. Cape Verde, though, is still colonizable. Hello, Ragnar Lockbrock, or however you say that last name. I know how it's said, I just can't pronounce it. That's the Viking king that got killed in Northumberland, right? I believe that was part of the premise of the show The Vikings, right? I haven't seen it, but... If the little how the little piglets would grunt if they knew how the old boar suffered. I believe that's that guy, right? Or maybe I just got it completely wrong. Great, my heir has loose lips and talks to everybody. I'm fine with that. He's going to be a 5-5-3 heir, assuming he lives to take the throne. Ugh. We'll see. Is the Azores with the colonial range of America? Colonial range functions rather interestingly. It's something you'll have to explore when you get the game. You start out with a default colonial range of 160 if you're in Europe, and it goes up. I'm hovering over it here. It might be delayed when you get it, but it goes up based off your Diplotech. Portugal has ideas that give it like plus 50 colonial range. As Portugal, I think if you take exploration ideas and if you hit Tech 7, you easily can do it. If you take your first idea group, you go exploration, you colonize Cape Verde. That is in range of the entire Caribbean. Up until then, no. Diplo 7 tech as Portugal is insane. When you get that as Portugal, you pretty much can start colonizing almost anywhere in the Americas except for Central America. Wow. Loud crack of thunder right near me. Quite a storm. Where I live, we've been having storms pretty much every day for the past like 2 weeks. Nice, we need the rain, but also kind of annoying. Can I annex Augsburg? I actually can annex Augsburg. I might work on that. Memming's unhappy with me, but they don't actually hate me, which is nice. What would it need to get Austria? Oh, much stronger army. Where is Cape Verde? I can't see it. It might be called something differently, but it's essentially right here. Oh, shoot. I got an event. Sorry, one sec. There's a province here. I think it's Argun. And then there's a couple little islands off the west coast of Africa. I can't see it, and I don't know when I'll ever be able to see it in this game. But even if you just have your base colonists as Portugal, you can colonize and explore there. I mean, Portugal is pretty much designed and historically as the first real colonizers in the world, followed, of course, by Spain. I'm not actually sure. Who was next? Was it France or was it England? Probably was France, honestly, but England, if I remember, got into it a little bit late. Of course, in the end, the English won, but Spain was really huge for a long time. Did the Austrians develop the Renaissance independently? No, they just must do that in events. Lucky them. Well, I'm gonna get the Renaissance fairly soon then. Oh, I can also put up a church. I should do that. Get Munich to give me more income. And of course, thank you, Will, for answering all the questions. I know I was playing with you, but I can't actually remember your username offhand. Earlier, of course. Nuremberg's under siege. Interesting. See what else is going on. Palatinate is not at war. Bavaria is not at war. Ansbach is still in a personal union. See, all these are still free cities. I might have to wait till they switch to Republican dictatorships to invade them. Bye, Kelsey. Nice seeing you again. Hopefully you get Europa at some point. There we go. Renaissance spreading to my lands. Oh, Antiscape. Yes, that makes sense. Thank you. Now let me just make sure, but I don't believe Bavaria has any specific achievements associated with them, do they? By the way, these are most of the generic achievements I still have yet to complete. Some of them I just haven't put my mind to, like Trade Hegemon or Traditional Player. I have no idea. Oh, I do Voltaire's Nightmare, though. I suspect I conquer a lot of land as Austria and then just release nations like crazy. A little tired of runs where you have to pretty much destroy your country to get the achievement, or do something insane on a run to get an achievement. A little frustrating. I mean, I guess it makes some sense. They want you to really go out of your way to get hard achievements, but I prefer the ones like Keep the Secret as Yemen, where don't let a European country own a coffee-producing province in the old world till 1700. I like that one because that's kind of easy to do as Yemen to some degree. And it's also somewhat historic. Three Mountains is Rikuyu. It's ridiculous. The one I really want to try to do at some point, and I might do it before I do a world conquest, is the Empire of Man. I think it's, yeah, as man, conquer every single island province in the world. That would be a fun one to do. I think I'll actually save Monarch points till I get the Renaissance. Not spreading to my land as fast as I thought it would. Huh. It's actually spreading through the mountain province faster because it's not as developed. I honestly should just start building relatively tall here. Whoops. Rivalries with the Habsburgs. Do I want to pick a fight with Austria over it, though? Probably not. I'd rather take the prestige hit and not have to deal with Austria. I know that was a historic rivalry, but it seems not worth getting into an argument with a nation whose army could easily destroy mine. They probably wouldn't even break a sweat doing it. 26,000 versus 14,000, yeah. I wouldn't win that. Oh yeah, island rebels. Oh, what a nightmare. I hate dealing with rebels on islands. The worst part is when it happens to your colonial nations that own the Caribbean. Pretty much every game I play as, colonial nation has just rebels sitting there forever, trying to siege a province. The other one is Venice with Corfu. Can't tell you the amount of times I've seen a stack sitting Corfu for must be like 400 years almost. I think I've seen some rebels appear there at the beginning of the game and they've almost made it till the end of the game. Oh, I actually can't get high enough relations to annex Augsburg. That's unfortunate. Wow. We have Upper Bavaria, so let's get the Renaissance spreading faster through my lands. I can afford to put on an edict, so let's get some going there. I can also, I should, get a Diplo advisor. I hate being so far over that. Much like vampires, AIs can't cross water. Let's rephrase that to just like vampires, AIs can't cross water easily. Because rebels in Europa can in fact teleport around the map, so they can leave islands. I love that. Rebels can teleport. Island rebels specifically can teleport. I don't entirely understand how or why, but they can. And when they do, it's very strange. Especially I like it when they teleport from an island province to a landlocked province behind forts. That's always exciting to watch happen. Waiting on the Renaissance, or waiting to... Actually, I might have my ruler abdicate. Yeah. He's going to abdicate. He's 61 years old. His heir is in good shape. Let's get him on the throne. 0 legitimacy. No way I'm going to get any legitimacy for a while, but I can boost it slightly. Plus, right now, I don't really need that much legitimacy. Yeah, we can't get the Civil War event yet. I think Baden got an heir, right? Oh no, they didn't. Well, in some ways that's good. Can't royal marriage Austria, sadly. I guess I'll royal marriage Baden again. Do I have enough favors with Saxony? I have favors with Saxony, I have favors with Brandenburg. I've got favors with Mainz. Who else? Oh, nope, I don't want to do that. I believe Ulm, yes. Now, all of us together, is that enough force to take out Bohemia? Oh, not if they've got allies. Definitely not. Definitely not. That's unfortunate. Let's mothball forts, I think. Why England is the worst ally? I've actually had some really good luck with England as an ally. If their fleet doesn't get destroyed, England is a legitimate threat. But if the AI loses their transport fleet, they're done. Where am I from? I'm from New England. In North America. New England. And that, of course, is not the same place as actual England. No. But I do have a bit of an English accent from that area, so... actually, that's probably the most common question on my YouTube channel, is, are you from England? I don't think I've got a strong English accent. To me, English people sound weird, but... some of the words I say like English people do. But I am not from Boston. I don't park my car in Harvard Yard or any of that, you know, Bostonian accents. My aunt, though, has a very strong Boston accent. Wow, that was loud thunder. Oh well, if the storm here gets much worse, I might actually have to end this just to be on the safe side. 315. You're 9. I guess I'll keep you as a heir. Not my best heir, but... have I ever been to Old England? No. Yes, well here's the point. If you're English, I sound American, but to a lot of Americans I sound vaguely English, which is funny to me because I think I sound like an American. But I don't know. It's confusing. Accents are funny things, and my family likes randomly putting on accents, so that makes it less. The irony is, if I actually sing, and I did theater and stuff when I was younger, if I sing, I always sing in an English accent. It's the most unexplainable thing ever. I don't know why. To actual English people, if I sing songs, I sound English. I don't know why, but... anyhow. Crazy stuff with accents. The big thing I do that's unique to my accent is I drop T's on the end of words. So I'll say the word start, and I sometimes won't stick the T on the end. I'll do start. Or hat. I don't put the hat. It's missing from my accent. No. I'm not gonna sing. Deep down, I want to sing. Hey, deep down, if I could sing well enough to have a YouTube singing channel, I would. I don't have that. Besides, I've been talking now for over 2 hours. My voice is pretty worn out. Maybe some other day I can sing something, but it would sound really weird because this mic is customized for talking too. I like a lot of different types of music. You sound Russian when you're singing. Would you happen to be Russian? I've actually not really heard much Russian singing. The only Russian singing I've really ever listened to are some of the Russian operas, because I took a appreciation of music class once. And I went and I did listen to the Soviet, what was it? The Soviet like national choir or something at one point, because I was looking for choir music. Yeah, I like the way Icelandic people sound are really interesting. EU singing Let's Play, that would get some views. Oh, let's see. So we're playing against Bavaria now, and we conquered Salzburg and vassalized Augsburg. Yeah, if I could do that for an entire Let's Play, I'd give myself an award at the end of it. Especially if I made it sound good. Because that was terrible. That was just spur of the moment awful. But yeah. Yeah, Slavic. I have some friends who are Nordic, and when they talk, it's very, very interesting because they go up at the end of all words, whereas most English speakers, specifically American, go down at the end of our words. So they talk like that, and they always go up at the end, and that's a very terrible accent, I know, but it's very interesting to hear them talk. It's much more of a happy way of talking than the normal English way. Is the case of hard R's. Yeah. Some of my ancestors are Eastern European, so they spoke some of these Slavic languages. Oh, I sure hope I get the Renaissance soon. I'm sitting on a massive pile of military points. I really want to take that tech level, but at this point wasting 16% of it is not worth it. Oh. The Swedish sounds like Turkish. Interesting. If I can do each episode in a Let's Play in a different accent. Oh, yay. Let's see. Average Let's Play for Europa is 60 episodes. Now, here's the thing is, if I was going to do that, I'd just do a single really, really long episode in my normal English accent. Now, let's see. Accents I can do. Well, you would say English accents, or could they be regional English accents? Because within America, you could have, you know, a New York accent where you talk all nasally and like. You could do a Boston accent. I could do my natural accent. You could do a down south southern drawl accent, talking like that all the time. Obviously, I'd practice them, but you could do a West Coast accents. You could try and actually do an English accent where you sound very British the whole time, all the way through it, if you keep going that way, of all things. Pip pip and all that, you know. That would be a fun challenge. I'd really have to work at it though. I fall out of it so often. At least I don't try and do a Irish accent. If I was to do an Irish accent, I'd have to talk really fast, and everyone would say I'm imitating whatever that famous Irish YouTuber is. I can't really do an Irish accent. Could probably pull off a good Dutch accent given some practice, because I know several people who are Dutch. It depends where you sound in the southern U.S. I actually have an aunt who lives in Texas, and that is what she sounds like. 1K special. Ugh. I have no idea what I'll do for 1K. Probably do just a general, you know, thank you video and stuff, but I have no idea what I'll do. Wow, it is really raining here. Good thing I've got enough filters on my mic that you guys actually can't hear the sound of all this rain crashing against the sides of my house, but it is loud. It's really raining here. That drawl is a much more of a Texan style. Thank you, Average. You're very nice to say that on every single way of talking to me pretty much every day. It's a nice thought. Ooh, more diplomatic power. Definitely need that. Now, the question is, I'm playing Bavaria. What ideas do I take? I would say military, so I can actually expand in the HRE, but at the same time, playing a royal marriage union game could be fun, but it's so random in terms of luck. Yeah, well, I think the reason Virginia, Georgia is so common is because that gets, it's a way a lot of U.S. politicians speak because, you know, near D.C. Also, a lot of the people who are popular in U.S. films have been from that region as well. Well, Houston is a big city, and when you get to big cities, the accents blend a lot. You know, the very typical New Yorker accent, which is very nasally and stuff, which I can't do well. I've been to New York, and there are people there who talk normal, basic English. It all depends on the person, where they grew up, and did their family have a really strong accent. I went to school with somebody who sounded like they were totally Italian, but they were born in the U.S. Take diplomatic, go military. Yeah, I should probably improve relations with everybody. Right now, I had this one to do outraged countries, and this one I'm trying to annex Augsburg. But yeah. How do you donate money on live stream? I don't think you actually can on YouTube right now. I don't think you can. I did remember seeing something a couple months ago where you could do stuff like that, but I don't know if that's still the case. Oh my, the Ottomans are at war with everybody. Oof. Is Austria going to lose that? Is the Ottomans going to lose that war? A lot of people. I mean, I can look into donating money for live streams, but I don't think I have enough people who would do that. Yeah, the Cockney accent is just stereotypical British, but not normal. I know that much. I mean, they say the people in New England speak a more accurate way of speaking English than a lot of the English people do now these days. I think I've said that before, but linguists say that. Bohemia is in a war. Interesting. Yeah, it might be 1K subs. I need 1K subs before I can put any ads or stuff on videos, which once I hit 1K subs, I am going to put some ads on it. I'll put non-intrusive ones on, but definitely going to put some ads on again. I had ads on it until they changed their policies. So. We'll see. I think I also have to set up an account or stuff for donations as well. Augsburg's embraced the Renaissance. 105. I don't want to take currency stuff. Maybe I just sit here and try and build up money. I would really like to visit England at some point. England, Scotland would be my areas of travel in probably if I had to go anywhere outside of the US, really, other than, you know, to Canada or something. It'd probably be the British Isles. Mainly because I speak the language. Well, technically I speak American, not English. That's actually one of the funny things. A lot of people in America think they speak American. It's really kind of sad. Anyhow, let's not get into people missing stuff. Oh yeah, if anyone's watching live stream and hasn't subscribed at this point, please subscribe. I think we're getting really close to 900. I don't know if I've actually passed it. I'd have to check. Unfortunately, running a live stream actually slows down my internet browser, which is very frustrating. Specifically YouTube itself. I can't actually check things easily. I think I was 6 away at the beginning of the day, and I know I've gotten a subscriber since then. Well, the reason I want to go to London... Oh yeah, Bath. I'd definitely visit Bath if I went that area. The reason I'd want to go to Scotland and Wales and stuff is I love castles. I just love looking at and examining castles. I know a lot about castle building and stuff. It's a shame there isn't like a job for building castles, because I would have made an attempt to do that when I was younger. So, and I know there are castles in the UK. So, oh, I'm too short. Canada, not particularly. I've been to Canada before. They do sound and talk a lot like Americans, but they're a lot usually, at least near where I am, more. They do have French accents near where I live, so. But then again, I'm pretty close to Quebec, so. Hour or two journey. Yeah, I would want to go visit France, and I definitely want to go see the castle in Poland. If I could afford it, I would have tried to make an attempt to go to the Paradox Europa convention playing center thing they were having. Yeah, I think that was in that Polish castle. Anyhow, let's annex Augsburg. Although I'd be very reluctant to go to a actual like Europa playing competition, because sometimes my Europa games just do not go well. Well, I think the Ottomans are going to win this war. Just saying. Austria is going to be out of it fairly soon. Austria is actually losing the Palatinate because of Alsace. Interesting. Vermont or New Hampshire, you're making a prediction. I'm not going to give you much help there. I'm living in New England, and I've lived multiple places in New England, so it's much easier to say I'm just from New England. I mean, Canada is several hours north of me, so. But then again, to someone who lives in New England, down south is anything south of New York City, so. Oh, I would love to go to Paradox Con. They've got so many of the games I enjoy and stuff. Um, I'm not Emperor. No, I'm not average. But yeah, I'd love to go to like Paradox Con or something, but it would have to wait till either I'm a larger YouTuber at actually making money to go to it or get invited, um, which is highly unlikely. I'd have to be some insanely good Europa player, um, or just honestly have the money and the time to go. Okay, I can almost get the Renaissance. That will be nice. Then I can catch up in some of this tech. Yeah. I believe Paradox Con is in Stockholm, like it's been the other years. Okay, let's do this properly. I would lose the Monarch power, but we're going to tech up before that occurs. Let's see. What does that mean for my economy once I'm done? Cancel that. I actually didn't realize that taking Salzburg was part of Upper Bavaria. I thought it was part of Austria. It would be a fun trip. If I did go, I'd try and visit some of my friends. I've got 2 who live in Stockholm, 2 that live in Prague, and I've actually got relatives in the Netherlands nowadays. Amazing how you get friends everywhere sometimes. And not just from doing YouTube. Poland is Popple controller. Interesting. So, I do have Assassin's Creed Origin. Wow, nice. Stockholm is in kind of southern eastern Sweden. I mean, relative to the size of Sweden. I mean, yeah, you could argue Stockholm is in southern Sweden. More than 2/3 of Sweden's north of Stockholm, so. Oh, I kind of want to go diplomatic or influence. Don't attack Ulm, they're too powerful. I can't attack Ulm, I'm actually allied to Ulm at the moment. Ooh, Austria lost land to Bohemia. Not good, not good at all. Let's see what... Let's see. How offended are people with me still? They don't care. Oh, cool, I can actually attack somebody again. Can't attack you. You're still in the Union. Oy, oy, oy. Pretty much no one I could attack. I could theoretically attack Austria. That would be suicide. You know what? Since I don't think I'm going to be able to expand anywhere for a while, I might go, like, influence or something. Keep diplomatic over influence? Well, I would be vassalizing people because I'm in the HRE. I would be. As great as diplomatic would be, I would be trying to vassalize people. The aggressive expansion would help a lot. Plus, the chance of new heir and the prestige would pretty much hit me at 100 prestige and 75 to 100% chance of a new heir, too. Plus, you know, I'm terribly in prestige debt. Diplomatic would help, but I think in the long run, influence might be actually more stable. Plus, the unjustified demands will help. I think I'll go influence to start. I can always take diplomatic later on. Proof relations does the same as the AU reduction? Kind of. Kind of. It actually has a bigger impact, the aggressive expansion reduction, because of the unique aggressive expansion penalties within the HRE. It actually stacks a bit better. Because you get like, what is it? It's like a 20 or 30% or more penalty for expanding inside of the HRE, which is really frustrating. It really limits the games you play. Search Ainley Scottish Man vs. Sheep. If you want to see something funny and you haven't seen it, check out, what is it? The night herding in Wales, where they herd the sheep with LED lights on them in specific patterns. That one's fun, speaking of sheep and stuff. Let's see. Is there another war versus the Ottomans going on? Who are the Ottomans attacking now? Oh, wait, that war's still going on? That's a long war then. If this goes on much longer, the Ottomans will lose. Bohemians invading Poland. Co-exploration. It's actually 20% for influence, and it applies on top of the HRE reduction, if I remember correctly. I read it on, I think, Reddit post or something was talking about expanding the HRE. I know there's a huge penalty for the HRE, and that the AE reduction does apply to within the HRE. Hope I get to 1K subs. Oh, I'm going to get to 1K subs unless everyone stops playing Europa, or for some bizarro reason my channel gets taken down. How's this going? Ottomans are barely winning the war. Almost wish I could have joined in. I doubt the Ottomans will win in the long run though. They've got more manpower. No. What did I find out I had played from Paradox first? Oh, shoot. I can't remember. There was some game I was checking the other day, and I found out it was I don't know if it was made by Paradox, but I think Paradox at least did the distribution of it. Let's see if I can actually jump to a publishing of it. I know they published it. I don't know if they actually developed it. Let's see. Games. Oh, they changed all this stuff. Oh, bother. I'm still not used to the new Steam menus and everything. Majesty, that's what it was. Majesty 2. That was actually the first game I've actually played from Paradox. I really enjoyed that game. Majesty was definitely one of the more unique games I've ever seen. I believe that was... At least it was published by them. I don't know if they actually developed it. This is a single-player game. Sorry. Majesty 1 was published by Paradox, wasn't developed by them. So, other than that, probably did Mountain Blade was the next one I've played. I still haven't actually beaten that game. I own both of them, Mountain Blade ones. But the first game of them I actually played for actual seriousness was Crusader Kings. That one really got me into enjoying Paradox games. Hi again, Fire Knight, you're back. You too. Interesting. I haven't played any of the earlier ones of this series. I've literally came into it with Crusader Kings. Crusader Kings to Europa, to Stellaris, to Hearts of Iron, to Tyranny or whatever. And I'm going to go for the Imperator and the New Age of Wonders Planetfall one. Looks kind of interesting. I actually have Age of Wonders 3. I just don't enjoy it. Oops, I'm going to fall into debt here if I'm not careful. Oh wow, I'm way over my force limit. Upper Swabia, let's Make you part of my land. And nobility wants land. Give you that one, I guess. There are 3 Mountain Blades? Well, there's Mountain Blade, Mountain Blade, Warband, and Mountain Blade with Fire and Sword, if I remember. And one of which is pretty much essentially kind of a mod for Mountain Blade Warband. I mean, I could play that sometime on a stream, but it's just such a slow game. And I suck at the combat, so it wouldn't be fun to watch anyway. I really got to start doing other games other than just Europa. Again. But with my current schedule of doing things, about as much as I can manage right now. Too bad I don't actually border Switzerland, because I'd wipe those guys out really fast. Bannerlord? I haven't actually heard about Bannerlord. Haven't heard about Bannerlord. Okay, Poland's in a big war. Oh, sorry, Bavaria's in a... Bohemia's in a big war. If I can get my terms straight, I'll be good. Really? I'm having a serious problem with where I'm actually going to ever expand. What do we got? Mecklenburg. Where are you? Mecklenburg. Oh, you have too many diplomatic relations already. Great. Can't really do much with them when they've got more diplomatic relations than I do. I do leave combat on beginner and I still have issues. Surviving Mars. I haven't played Surviving Mars. I've heard some stuff about that, but Bannerlord, when they release it, that would be cool. I mean, if I did other games, I've got other games to play. I've saved up quite a list of other games to play on my channel at some point. I just haven't gotten around to doing them. I also still haven't finished some of my earlier series I'd want to do as well. It's just tough to justify doing them when all anyone ever watches is Europa. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Maybe once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll start doing some different games and stuff too. But once I hit 1,000, I'll have a lot more options open. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Okay, I can check that out at some point. That would be kind of cool. It's always creepy when you're doing a live stream and you start to see all your friends through Steam playing other games as well, even though they're in chat too. Very interesting. Imperator looks to be shaping up to be something interesting. I'm going to be a little bit curious how they actually go about with the goal of the game. Because in the end, that's really half the time what matters with a game. Obviously, there are exceptions like Minecraft. But Europa's got a pretty easy one, which is conquer land. Crusaders Kings has got how big can you conquer land, but more accurately for the game, the dynasty. So just surviving is a challenge. Stellaris is usually can you survive till the end. Hearts of Iron, do you win World War II? When will I do the achievement live stream? I'll see. I'll have to see when I'm free. That's really what it comes down to. Try a video for each and see which one gets the best feedback. I might do that. I do have to continue, and I am going to continue it really pretty much no matter if people watch it or not. Playing through Tales of Berseria. I know there's lots of other Let's Plays of it, and my first video has part of the audio banned as well. Because apparently the intro song is copyrighted, even though it's the intro song. So just because I enjoy that game. I like very good, like, that style RPG style adventure games to some degree. But yeah. That's what I'm hoping Imperial is like it. Hopefully with a little bit more of a nod almost towards the Rome Total War games, without all the really annoying build this many units per turn, only have this large of an army stuff. Conquer, create strong family, that would be fun. Anyone I can personally union, the best shot I had was honestly either Savoy or Mecklenburg, and I don't think I can actually royal marriage either of those two. No one is going to royal marriage me right now because I have bad diplomatic reputation due to annexing Augsburg. But I considered annexing Augsburg worth it, so. Just to be on the safe side, I might even culturally convert it. Ooh. Do I need money? 15% prestige when you're this far in debt would be really useful. There we go. Do I culturally convert Augsburg? Ooh. On the other hand, if I do, I never have to worry about nations rising up from it. A pretty version of Crusader Kings 2. I'd like it if it's a Crusader Kings 2 game where you can't die in 2 minutes if everything goes wrong for your dynasty. Also, Slav Empire, it sounds like they're doing that with the sense that, well, to some degree, like Rome has tributaries. Let's see, the Ottomans did win that war in the end, but it doesn't look like they took too much. They did annex Crimea. Poland's pretty much dead. Still lost the union with Lithuania. Still has one over Anhalt, but is currently being invaded by Bohemia. Sweden has got support for independence from England and Lithuania, but has yet to rebel. France beat England, but hasn't done much else. Burgundy did win the war invasion of Liege, apparently. Stole a province. Switzerland stole land from Austria, who's not doing well. Castile's got the union over Aragon. Mamelukes and Ottomans really haven't done much yet. Muscovy is doing really well. England's conquered Ireland. That's where we're at. We're only 30 years in the game, and I've been pretty passive because I can't really do much. The joy of being stuck in the HRE. Yeah. Honestly, I'd kind of like to see, just thinking about Imperator, I would kind of like to see a game where you don't always control your country. Kind of like, and this is the best example I can think of, in Crusader Kings 2, if you play Venice, sometimes you are the ruler of Venice if you win an election, and then you can actually command Venice. Otherwise, you're stuck as like a minor lord within Venice. Maybe they'll do that with Imperator. It would be kind of interesting to have there be a balance of your characters get elected to different offices, and each of the offices have different things you can control. Like if you're governor of a province, then you can control that province on top of your land in like family territory in Rome, or you become like consul and then you can declare wars and have most diplomacy, or stuff like that would be kind of cool. Yeah, it's probably what you're after. It would be a fascinating way to play a game where you're not always in direct control of your nation, and maybe you wouldn't even command the armies. That would also be kind of fun. If you had to instead like focus on raising the armies, equipping them, and moving them, but your actual generals do the fighting or something. So you make more of the decisions than actually command the troops. Oh, that's nice. I was talking more of Crusader Kings 2. That was more fun. Yeah, that aspect of Crusader Kings 2 is really nice. The only problem I have with Crusader Kings 2 is it's just hard to get things kind of under control. Anyhow, I'm going to take a break for a minute, grab a drink and stuff, and I'll be back. Just a minute or two of silence. Sorry, but I need something to drink. Okay, I'm back. And yes, I do agree, Nulliver, that you do end up spending a lot of time looking through royal marriages and stuff. That's part of the downside. Oh, there's nothing like water after you've been talking for a while. Very refreshing. Did Bohemia expand or actually lose land? I think Bohemia actually lost that war to Poland. Yeah. They actually lost the war versus Poland? Wow. Oh, impressive. Impressive. Yeah, the decentralized ruling would be a pretty awesome thing. It would be a fun thing to point out to Paradox, especially because we know, if you guys have never played Majesty, it's fascinating, but you don't actually control the heroes in the game. You give them directives and you manage the actual kingdom. They go off and do their own thing. I know that Paradox has some experience with that because they did Majesty 2 and stuff, which was relatively bad, but the concept exists in the company. It'd be a very cool thing to see done. It really would. On Discord, how do you get promoted to noble? So it's not just Discord. It's not just Discord. So it might not be clear to people, and there's probably some new people who haven't heard about it, but anyhow, when me and my friends were playing Minecraft, and you can actually go track it down in one of the episodes, I had like 3 or 4 friends I played Minecraft with, and we decided to create an organization within Minecraft, and we called ourselves the Court of the Sacred Oak, Kotso, and we all got nobility names from it. So that's how I ended up with Lord Forwind, and most of them don't really play games with me anymore because they're busy, but the people who are nobles in my videos either help me with the channel, are people I know really well and are friends with in real life, or have been really long-term loyal followers and stuff. So given time average, you could become a noble. The EU4 board game would be kind of cool. I haven't played any of their board games though. I don't actually play that much board games anymore. I just play everything on computers. I have console games, but I don't play them, and also, you can't put console games on YouTube. Pretty much all my gaming these days is for you guys. Obviously, there are exceptions, me messing around on Stellaris for like 7 hours the other day. Nothing to go there. Well, since since this isn't a multiplayer stream, I think I might do this for a while more. Like 30, 40 minutes more. I don't have anything really else to do, and I've got the time. Plus, I'm having fun chatting with people. Even if I'm not conquering the world as Bavaria yet. Well, Average, I don't know how you can help with the videos. Right now, Max has been doing the biggest benefit that anyone has done for me in terms of the videos, which has been doing thumbnails. If you want to try promoting them on social media and other websites, go right ahead. That would be amazing. Outside of that, though, I'm still looking for people to do videos with, but again, reliability is a necessity if you're going to do videos with people. So, but once I start doing videos, I kind of want to see if I can get some people to do like Minecraft or stuff, because that's fun, or even Borderlands. And at that point, I need to edit videos again, and I'm not good at editing videos, but unless you're particularly good at editing videos, Average, I don't know how that would help much. And that takes a long time too, which is pain. But for small things, if you want to help Average, if you post to the Discord every day my video of the day, that would be a great help, since there's no automatic mechanic. That would be very useful. It's tough to find good multiplayer games, and tough to find people to play them with. I mean, if I really wanted to do lots of multiplayer popular games, I'd go do lots of like League or something, because people watch those videos, but I just find I get too swept up in playing League of Legends and stuff. And for some reason I can't get Dota working on my computer anymore, which is annoying. Or I'd do something like Fortnite, but I'm not really good at shooting games. Oh, that's nice. Liking the videos is always a plus. It does bump them up. The more people who like videos, the more other people see the videos and have a chance to watch them. That is a great help. Although I doubt you managed to do every single video, because how many videos am I up to now? Well, I just passed 292,000 views as of today, which is interesting. That's a interesting number to see. I forget how many videos I have, but I have a lot of videos out there. Lots of videos. I am at 1,932 videos. Not bad for over 2 years of recording. Not bad at all. Okay, we're getting out of debt here. We're actually finally drilling. Hopefully once I get the next idea, we'll actually start getting some legitimacy, because this legitimacy isn't helping us. Prestige is ticking up. Unfortunately, none of these republics near me have fallen to despotism yet. I don't think Ulm actually ever really falls to despotism. Nuremberg will eventually. Anyhow, Ulm is my ally, so I don't really want to go with war with them either. Oh, spending some favors. Oh, I lost my alliance with Brandenburg. That's annoying. That's really annoying, actually. Maybe I can find a different ally in like France or Savoy or somebody. Milan? Switzerland hates me. Latinate hates me. Brunswick's on a conquering spree. Wow. Yeah. More subscribers. More subscribers. One more to go. Of course, I also lose about a subscriber or two a day, so. Don't know what they got against me, but I tend to lose subscribers too. The Teutonic Order has expanded into the HRE and gotten away with it too. Not bad. Might try and get a union over Hungary, or not union, royal marriage with them. We'll see if that's even possible. Takes a lot of work to get unions in this game, and Bavaria doesn't have any bonuses towards it. One of my biggest beefs with Europa in general, though, is diplomatic reputation. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't like that mechanic. The concept of it, yes. The implementation, no. I just don't like it. We have a zealot for an heir. I don't know what he has to be zealous about. We don't even have Protestantism in our lands yet. Although I might actually boost, embrace Swabian culture at some point. And I actually can already do Austrian culture? 16 development. Oh, I'd have to boost that as well. I might try and get both Swabian and Austrian cultures embraced, because Swabian I'm going to be expanding into. And obviously if I can steal any land from Austria, I will. The hardest part about being a YouTuber? Put it under general average if you do. Hardest part about being a YouTuber? Making money, yes, would be a hard part, but since I'm not doing it for the money, really, getting people to see your videos, really the hard part. It sounds kind of weird, but if people see my videos, they like the videos, offhand, which I think is nice because I put a fair amount of effort into doing good, friendly videos. But it's just a matter of having people find your videos. Like all Minecraft videos I did, most of them got barely like 20 views at most. Just because there's so many people doing Minecraft videos. And once you find 3 or 4 people you like watching on YouTube, that's who you watch on YouTube. You don't really wander between channels until your channels you're watching start playing games and stuff you don't like. Or you get too busy and come back to it years later. So, getting exposure is definitely one of the harder points. Definitely a harder point. Getting an engaged audience is somewhat difficult. That's why I'm very grateful that the most honorable, the Marquess Max, was kind enough to set up a Discord where I can actually talk to people outside of having to try and use the YouTube comment mechanics, which are nice because I can see everyone who posts stuff, but also not nice for other people because they can't really continue a dialogue with me other than on that one page. I should probably go defensive ideas. Right? We don't have a lot of troops. We can't support a lot of troops. The other option is I go economic. Economic might be a good one. But then I don't have any military in the case of a war with, say, Bohemia. Decisions. What do people think? Do you think economic would be good? Oh, have I ever played Age of Empires 2? Oh, up until I found Europa, Age of Empires 2 is my favorite game. So probably my second favorite game. Might in some ways beat Europa to some degree. I was actually playing it this morning. A bit. I was actually playing it this morning. I don't know what the rules are with doing Age of Empires videos, but if people were interested, I would definitely do the campaigns with them. I would definitely do all the Age of Empires campaigns. Both the old ones and the new ones. I buy the new DLCs when they come out. I really happy they actually started making new countries for it, because very fun game. Very fun game. Unlike a lot of real-time strategies, the countries are relatively balanced. I use that term loosely, but it's got one of the better rock, paper, scissors mechanics with troops that I found in a game. It's cool that you can both command them personally, but also let the AI command them, and the AI does a half-decent job. So, economic, admin, defensive, or I could even make an argument to go aristocratic because they've got cavalry combat ability. Any preference? You're interested in Age of Empires 2? Age of Empires 2 is so fun. It really is. The multiplayer is fun too, although I don't particularly like playing against other people, just most games in general. I can and I do in games that are like League or Dota that are against each other, but I like playing against AIs with other players. Brandenburg. Brandenburg got a union over, oh yeah, Ansbach, duh. Helps if I actually paying attention to who gets unions over what, isn't it? Okay, Pomerania, Serbia. Habsburgs, as usual, got someone on the throne. What'd Savoy do? Savoy got somebody else on the throne, too. The odds of getting a union in this game are too low, and the odds of keeping a union are too hard now. What was that Star Wars one? I've played it. It's like a reskinned of it. I forget what it's called. I have played that one. That was fun. I like Star Wars to some degree. I like the original trilogy, and I like The Phantom Menace, and I don't really like the others. I like the plot of the second trilogy to some degree. I don't like the acting, and the new trilogy I don't like at all. I just don't like the new trilogy much at all. I've watched it, and I'll probably still watch it, but I don't really enjoy it that much. Star Wars Battlegrounds, yes, I have played that. It's $3 on Steam. I might actually look that up. I did enjoy that. That was a fun game. It kind of, partially because it was Star Wars and had some cool mechanics, but also partially because it was virtually a reskin of Age of Empires. I just love in terms of real-time strategy games, I've tried multiple real-time strategy games. I really only like Age of Empires. Age of Empires, the original, which I've played, Age of Empires 2, and I even like Age of Empires 3 to some degree. I thought the mechanics in 3 were a great improvement in some ways over 2, so. You're trying to form the HRV or Germany? We'll see where we're at. Looks like I'm actually in a defensive war here to help Saxony, so. This could easily be the end of my empire or the beginning of something great, so we'll see. Let's say we actually want some land from you, and we are at war with the Palatinate, right? Ooh, opportunity. Opportunity might be knocking on our door. I just gotta let my army rebuild first. We outnumber them to some degree. We outnumber them to some degree. That's all we got going for us. This is going to be a tough fight here, so forgive me if I'm a little neglectful of chat here for a minute. I could probably take on Bohemia's armies in a head-on fight right now. Oh, ideally we've got to siege out the Palatinate. If I had a choice between forming the HRE or Germany, I'd form the HRE. But in order to do that, I have to pass the reforms. So. And the reforms are not easy to pass. So, yeah, we'll see. I've formed Germany before. Forming Germany is a disappointment. I will put it that way. Forming Germany is one of the biggest disappointments I've actually ever experienced in Europa. It isn't worth it. It sounds really stupid to say, but forming Germany isn't worth it. It isn't worth anything, really. Cool concept, yes. You get a cool map and some nice claims, but it isn't worth it. It isn't worth the time or the effort to actually form Germany. England's losing to Scotland. Strength government. Fear the Law and the Viper have done guides in the campaign, so I guess they're taken? What do you mean by that? People have already done them? I wouldn't probably really do too many guides for Age of Empires too, unless people asked, but more than one person can do campaigns. Yeah, I should strengthen government to get... Actually, no, strengthen government I'm fine right now. If I could get more prestige, that would be more useful. Uh-oh, this isn't good. My allies wandering into a fight that you might not easily be able to win. Ooh, that bonus morale they've got from Army Tradition. So strong. We might be able to fight them to a standstill, but in terms of actually taking land in this war, I have my doubts. Let's get a little bit behind in tech, but get some reduced aggressive expansion. Economic ideas? That would be really strong. If I could expand here, I'd take defensive. As it is, I have no reason to pick any of them right now. Actually, you know what? Let's throw it under defensive in case I might get an event for that. But outside of getting the event, I have no reason to choose one way or the other. I'm loving the 3-starred Brandenburgian general here. 3653. Talk about a good general this early in the game. A very solid general. If we can force the Palatinate out of this war, we'd be in really good shape. As long as either Saxony... Oh, they're actually going for Hesse. That would also be a good move. I don't think I've actually put that I want this Oh, I have. Okay, I definitely want that province. Oh, we don't want to fight. Oh, shoot. You got into your own fight, didn't you? Want to sneak the cannon into my army, and then we'll be in good shape there. That should speed up the siege just a little bit. Not enough to barrage though, but at least we have some siege ability on our general. I just don't really know what to do here. I'm a little bit worried about Saxony. I really am with that size of an army there. If Hesse leaves though, we're in good shape. I should also say I want Nuremberg. Actually, I should say I want all the land that I can get to. Oh, Ansbach wants it? Who actually wants that? Vital interest. Who has actually claimed that as a province of vital interest? Magdeburg? No, it can't be Magdeburg. I don't know who's actually claimed Nuremberg. That's weird. Bavarian Canada. That would be something to see. Be right up there with Olmish Canada. Where are we having real trouble? Strasbourg and Regensburg. Why are we having issues with you guys? Oh, we have Boglemist heretics. Of course we do. Oh, the reassessment survey. Oh. No, I think we'll let you revolt. I'll let them revolt and then I'll crush them. We'll do it that way. We actually might really win this war here. If Hesse pieces out, I take out the Platinate's main capital. Brandenburg siege down some of Bohemia's. We have a shot here. We might actually have a shot at beating the powerhouse that is Bohemia. This is the difference really between a human player and an AI player. A human player would have taken a military idea on Bohemia immediately. But the AI instead went, I think, religious, yeah. They went religious and they're Bohemia. Ugh. Sorry, that just seems to be dumb in my opinion, because they have tolerance of heretics and everything. Okay, we had peace out there. Good, good, good. Saxony's capital is in trouble. But they have a fort, so they won't surrender immediately. Right. Heidelberg has fallen. I think I might let Saxony siege that land on their own. I should probably move my army back over there because I'm the largest amount of troops in our side. Even if I don't have a good general. Right. Nuremberg. Oh, they didn't take Saxony. Good, good, good. I don't really know why Bohemia's army is just sitting there, but they are. Ooh, I can barrage. Let's see if I can force out Nuremberg. Can I rename my heirs into weird things only when they're born? What I have lose. Hi Anwar Nazig. Nice to see you, I guess. I can try naming the heirs when I get a chance. Wilhelm. Right now we have Wilhelm as the heir. Okay, we're actually going to win that fight. Bohemia picked a fight it couldn't win thanks to the arrival of Brandenburg with a pretty good general. If we'd had a better general, we probably could have won that on our own. Hashtag this is Bavaria. Okay, I don't entirely get that. Oh, look at this. For losing 25 legitimacy and stuff, I could get a genius level general. Guess what? I have virtually no legitimacy to lose, so of course I'm going to take that deal. Of course, now I also have to kill Boglemist heretics. But level 2, a 2-star general, I will happily take. Jean Dulac, 4343. I like you, Jean Dulac. Please stay alive for quite some time. Oh. Okay, let's see. Platinate didn't give up anything. Darn. Hoping they would. Nuremberg is pieced out. They were nice enough to actually give me control of one of those provinces. Well, I don't know if it's going to make much difference, though. In the long run. We got a good amount of money out of this war so far. Can I ask you, please, what is in war? Who is in war, you mean? It's us versus Bohemia. So Saxony, Brandenburg, Ansbach, me versus Bavaria. Slowly winning. Lost that siege, darn. Oh, allies. Sometimes you pick the dumbest fights to wander into. Still won, but Not the brightest idea to have that fight. No. Heretics were squashed without too much trouble. Oh, and I've just walked. Okay, they got away. I was going to say, I don't think I was going to win that fight. Almost walked into a fight I can't win. That would have been bad. Wittenberg. If I do a lot of the sieging here, I might be given a province. I'm out of manpower, though. High nobility. I'd like some manpower, if you would. At least for a little while. How is Russia and the Ottomans? Ottomans haven't done anything. They've been... I have no idea what the Ottomans are really up to. They're allied to the Acor and Granada. And the Acor are blocking them from expansion. Karaman is allied to the Mamluks and their allies. Gulkadir is allied to Persia, who's apparently emerged. And I don't know what the Ottomans are doing here. Yeah, the Ottomans are helping in wars rather than fighting, really. They went trade ideas and offensive. Russia is conquering the nomadic hordes. France kicked England out of there. Also, England apparently completely collapsed in Ireland. Look at that. Totally gone. That's about it. I think everywhere else is pretty much the same as normal. I can't ally France, Poland, Austria, Denmark, or Hungary. They can't ally me. They won't ally me. I'm too small and not powerful enough. The advantages of controlling the papacy. Negative 10% stability, plus 1 diplomat, plus 1 prestige per year, negative 20 advisor cost, plus 2 possible advisors, negative 5 tech cost, plus 1 leader without upkeep, and negative 20% aggressive expansion. And just to prove my point, I can't royal marriage any of them. They've all got too many diplomatic relations for me to get away with it. Might have a shot with France in a little bit. I need diplomatic reputation first, though. Cool. Oh, I don't tell that one. When I allied with Austria and France, I literally cannot ally myself to them as much as I would love to. They will not accept my alliance offers. I've been trying to be friends with Austria this whole game. I even have diplomatic reputation advisors. No luck. No luck at all. Oh shoot, my allies ran away from that fight. I was going to come help them. Oh well. In multiplayer, you can still excommunications. Well, if you're papacy controller, you can do excommunications and crusades in the Age of Discovery, which could be pretty strong. I'd like it if they gave me Geb up here. That would be amazing. I'm the biggest contributor to the war score, so I might get something. Even one province right now would be very useful. On. Oh, I can't get there in time. Shoot. Yeah. Lance with Brandenburg again. They're about to get squashed. I can try with Brunswick. They wouldn't take my alliance earlier. Yeah, they can. I can do a royal marriage, but no. They're rivals with Brandenburg and Saxony, who are my allies. So that's limiting my options considerably. Oh, I really need the tech. I suppose I could take economic now, but I don't know if I want to take economic ideas yet. Burgundy won't do it either. Burgundy won't do a royal alliance either. Literally, I cannot get an alliance with a great power, despite trying to. Rather infuriating in the scheme of things. I can actually show you who I can ally. It's only 8 people, and none of them are big. Oh, I can actually ally to Hungary now. Didn't do that earlier. Why are they so willing to be allies? Common rivals. I'll take it. There we go. Alliance with Hungary. Perfect. Thanks for having me check. There we go. Trustworthy. How long will the stream go on for? Not much longer. I mean, I could do another 10-15 minutes, but honestly, I'm thinking about bringing it to a close pretty soon. I've been going now for several hours, so even if this stream doesn't reflect the beginning. We've literally passed 2.5 hours now on this stream, so probably till the end of the war, Max. Probably till the end of the war. Then we'll see. I want to take the idea, but I know I need the tech more than the idea right now. Okay, once Bohemia's capital falls, they should be that much more willing to want peace. Although, considering they're currently smashing all my allies' armies. Or trying to. Oh, hopefully Saxony doesn't peace out before this war is over. That would be annoying. Oh, I can't march there. Stupid zones of control. Almost could kill their army. 90% war score though, so they should be leaving soon. Burgundy's the answer to my problem? Well, Antonio Corona, look at it this way. You've got 2.5 hours of this you could watch, but I know, live stream, it's different watching it in reverse. Yeah, but I can only talk for so much longer. Besides, I've got to start saving my voice to do all my recording on Monday. I didn't get anything. Saxony stole 2 provinces, gave one to Austria, gave one to Brandenburg, and gave me nothing. This is a good lesson for people. This is why you need to get claims on things. This is a good lesson for claims. If I'd had a claim, I'd have gotten land. But I didn't, and so I didn't. So lots of my people died for nothing. Yeah, we'll catch up in tech. And then I'll think about it. Yeah, I should probably stop here. I can continue this another day if people want me to. This, of course, is kind of a compensation for the multiplayer stream being a complete disaster. So, thanks for people if you stuck around for sticking around. Economic ideas. Economic or military. I think I'm going to go defensive because now I've got a route of expansion against Bohemia. And maybe again against the Palatinate. Actually, if Nuremberg takes land, I'll have a great shot at them. Let's actually cancel that. Let me just set this up before I stop. Yeah, so I'll probably stop this here. I think I will take defensive ideas just so I have some army tradition because I'm not fighting anybody. I'll go economic probably next if I don't take diplomatic. So, yeah. Okay, so that will be it for this stream. Try and take the throne of Burgundy. I can't. I cannot take the throne of Burgundy. I would have to either be HRE Empire, Spain, or it'd have to be larger than both of those two, and I am not. So, I can't do that right now. Anyhow, that will be it for this, and I'll see you guys another time. I will continue this another day average if you want me to. I might continue my other ideas guy run first, because that's going better than this. So, thank you guys all for coming. If you haven't, please subscribe and comment on other videos. Check out our Discord, which we have. The Discord link is right there. And if you guys like non-Europa stuff, check that out. I might actually make a list of all the different games I could do a Let's Play of and post it to the Discord for people to vote on. I might try that. So keep your eyes out for that maybe. And I'll see you guys another time then. Nice seeing you all. Bye for now.